was a day of prayer and remembrance as the Jewish community marks the deadliest attack in Israel's history. Hamas-led militants killed more than 1,000 people and took hundreds of hostages from a music festival.
Paul Murphy reports on one man's story of survival and how he's using it to educate, inspire, and bring awareness to an expanding war in the Middle East.
The sun was just coming up on a kibbutz in southern Israel, where more than 3,000 young people gathered for a music festival on October 7th, 1 year ago. Yoni Dillard shot this video of friends celebrating and having fun at the festival when all of a sudden, rocket fire streaked across the sky on the horizon.
Then we were in a dance floor, waiting for the sunrise. So before even the sun came up, we see hundreds of missiles coming from Gaza. In the beginning, we didn't understand what's happening.
Diller, a filmmaker from Tel Aviv, soon realized he and his friends were under attack.
After 30 minutes, we see this massive attack happening. We go out, and all the cars went different places. There was a big traffic. Everything was jammed.
Hamas militants launched the attack from across the border in Gaza, about 3 miles away. Diller said at one point as they were fleeing the festival grounds, they saw a woman in a car full of bullet holes who had encountered attackers just up the road.
We opened the door for her. First, she slides out, bleeding to death. She was shot on her left foot, top of her left knee.
She told them all of her friends were shot and killed while hiding in a shelter. He said he heard machine gun fire in the background.
But I see terrorists on these trucks, white Toyota trucks, like 3 white Toyota trucks with machine guns, like shooting everyone like in a duck range.
Diller and his friends ditched their vehicle and hid in a nearby river as bullets flew over their heads. When the firing stopped, he said they walked across the desert for hours before arriving at a village 14 miles away.
My friends didn't deserve this, 5 of my friends got murdered. One of them was kidnapped.
In all, Hamas fighters killed more than 1,200 people at the festival, including 40 Americans. They also kidnapped hundreds of others. Jewish Federation CEO Robert French said it's important for Diller and his fellow survivors to tell their story.
We have to keep telling the stories of what happened here on that day, because this isn't just Israel's fight, this is Israel's fight against terrorism and the world's fight against terrorism too. Israel's on the front line defending our values and our democracies across the world.
Diller said what happened on Israeli soil is unacceptable in humanity.
I believe in peace. I was a true believer before October 7th. I would say that right now I'm a bit pessimistic because the terror is so deep and the hatred is so deep.
The war in Gaza sparked by the attack shows no end in sight. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
And Palestinians are also mourning a year of deadly attacks.
Alyssa Curtis spoke with some New Orleans-based Palestinians about what the day means to them.
As the world marks October 7th, for Palestinians, it holds a bit of a different meaning.
It means a lot in the backdrop of everything that happened on that day, and then also 365 days looking forward.
Karam Salem, who was born and raised in Palestine and now lives in New Orleans, says October 7th is one day in a long struggle.
October 7th is just one of those stages. Since 1948, the occupation has been as brutal as, nowadays that we live in.
Salem says October 7th changed his life and the lives of his loved ones, including his cousin's son, Tawfiq Abdul-Jabbar, who was killed in the West Bank in January.
He was killed in cold blood right in my backyard. When I went back home this year, I looked through my window, my bedroom window, and I seen exactly where he was killed. It's very, very sad to see that a 17-year-old that has done nothing to be killed in cold-blooded just because he's a Palestinian.
A year after the Hamas attack that sparked a war, Hakam Murad says he's hopeful that others are becoming aware of the conditions Palestinians have been living under.
As we've seen the destruction of mosques, social centers, schools, universities, homes, that we look towards, and finally see that the public opinion has really shifted.
Others like Hugo, a Jewish Catholic artist who painted a mural in support of Palestine. The mural near Claiborne and Esplanade was defaced, but Hugo still stands strong in his support.
You have to respect people's opinion, especially with Judaism. Diversity of thought is the strength of the Jewish people. There's many Jews who are anti-Zionist. There is nothing anti-Semitic about that.
As he stands with Palestinians like Murad and Salem in hopes of a future of peace. Alyssa Curtis, WWL, Louisiana.